The big budget 2024 that was presented by Nirmala Sitharaman, her 7th budget. What does it really look like? What's the response among the youth? As we see, it's largely youth-centric and has been delivered with focus on boosting employment. I have with me students of Amity University here in Delhi. Are you all excited, guys?
Yes.
No, not enough. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, can I see a big thumbs up or a thumbs down? What do you want to give for the budget? Let me take a quick look. Thumbs up? That's a thumbs up. All right, a big thumbs up for most. All right, I see a thumbs down. Why?
Because there is nothing for a middle class. No major changes in tax regime.
Okay.
And standard deduction was not increased much higher.
Okay. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Any thumbs down? I want to first get to the thumbs down. Why?
Basically, the short-term capital gain tax has been raised from 15% to 20%. That is a very, difficult scenario for traders, as well as the long-term capital gains has been increased to 12.5% from 10%. I think that's a little disappointing.
It's disappointing. Wouldn't you want to see some kind of stability?
Yeah, definitely. I think since more and more traders are involved in this in stock market, some benefit in the taxation front would encourage more of them to come up in this sector.
You're right. Okay, who's hands down here? Any hands down? All right. Now, if I get to thumbs up, why would you give this a thumbs up budget?
Well, there are a couple of reasons for why I would like to say so. First of all, considering the fact that the government is continuously trying to focus more and more upon capex. For example, 26,000 crores that are being spent, or the 16,000 crores that have been allocated to Andhra Pradesh. That is something that is very favorable towards the development of both the nation as well.
But then those critics would say that you're basically doling out funds for allies and less focus on the rest of the country.
Well, look, I wouldn't really like to get...
Ally states of Bihar.
Well, I absolutely understand that. I won't really get into the politics front of it of much. But yeah, I would most certainly say that as far as the capital expenditure of side of things of the government goes, that is something that has to be really appreciated for sure.
Okay. Something for the students, anyone who enjoys what the budget speaks of when it comes to employment. 1 month's salary for those nearly 2.5 crore youth to be benefited as a new entrant into the job market. You get a 1 whole month's salary that will be credited to your account. Is that a welcome move?
Ma'am, absolutely, it's a very welcome move. We can also see that they're focusing on the employment sector as they want to upscale our skills, because today's industries require the skills, and they're focusing on improving the skills, upscaling the skills, because today's industries, they want skilled people, and we are actually going to improve that. And also they have seen they are setting up scholarships, so we can get scholarships for approximately 1 crore people, 1 crore students approximately.
Yeah, I saw that. Loans that will be given to people with barely 3% interest. So up to 10 lakhs, you'll get loan if you want to take up higher education. Anyone to comment on that?
As we know, employment and upskilling is one of the major pillars of our economy.
Yeah.
And our government will be providing internships to students in 500 top companies. And it will gonna really help our students in growing in life. Thank you.
That's it? That's it? All right. No, not the same. I want more voices. What do you think about the budget this time?
I think budget is in favor of students due to because government is providing education loan up to 10 lakhs to the students at 3% interest rate, and ma'am, government is creating employment opportunities for our youth for around 2 crore people.
All right. So employment opportunities have been created in what sectors? Do you want to jump in on that? Any sectors that you all want to speak of specifically?
Yeah, I want to speak about the education sector of the India, and so the agriculture sector. This time, India
agricultural sector. Okay.
Agriculture sector. This time they have given like 1.52 lakh crore. Previously it was 1.40 lakh crore. So I could say that this time they have also provided they are improving the backbone of the country, right? With infrastructure also, they are focusing on what India has to take the parallel with. Yeah.
Any sector that you hoped for some kind of focus but did not come about?
Yeah.
Anywhere you're disappointed?
Somewhere I'm disagree with the army sector. I think this policy which have been taken about their pension, I think this is not that much appropriate, which I have thought of.
Army, you're saying basically a little more in the defense spending would have been good.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are doing great, na? When it comes to defense, India is really steadfast when it comes to make in India ammunition that we're focusing on. But you feel defense spending could have been more?
Ma'am, actually, I would like to cover on the MSME topic.
Yeah.
The government has shown a lot of interest in the MSMEs and also increased their credit limit from 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs for this time. And also, they are changing the how the loans are being dispersed to the MSMEs, so that more loan can be dispersed to the MSMEs and they can create more job opportunities and create more operations in the country. Thank you.
But MSMEs at the end of it don't have that kind of scale when it comes to job creation, right?
Yeah. But actually, the quantity of MSME is spread throughout the country, and then
So that's good enough, you're
so
saying.
hence they can increase the job in a small way, but they are.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, that compensates. All right. What exactly is something about the budget that excites you?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I basically like about the fiscal policy. The government, it's a coalition government which have passed the rule for the very first time. So the government focuses on the fiscal policy that we have to reduce us to 4.5. The government is focusing that, but they have passed that we have to be somewhat around 4.5, but they have estimated that it will reduce to 4.9%. So that is very good, because for the middle class people and for everybody, we should know that the spending should not be more than the income.
Correct. Well, this time when we speak of income tax, particularly 17,000 that salaried employees would be able to save. Does that motivate you, or you're not very impressed with the tax slab?
Exactly. The thing is that when it comes to the development of the country, we always need the taxes for that country. Coming on to the Viksit Bharat program, that is proposed by the government. The India needs a good budget for that is even more helpful. Coming on to the most interested side, India needs a more budgets areas in the renewable energy, defense and technology, coming up on the artificial intelligence.
Has it been given?
Yeah, exactly. That was the major and important factors that to be uploaded in the 2024. That's what I said.
And you're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy, completely happy on it.
What about income tax? Anyone wants to speak about the tax slab? Any changes? I see one minor change of 1 lakh, basically from 1 to 6 lakhs.
I believe that the tax slab now has benefited poor and the middle class people as well, because there was a cut in that, and I believe that now budget 2024-25 has brought many great changes, like for the in the agriculture, as well as like for the benefited for the poor and as well as the middle class family.
So anyone to speak on the startup ecosystem? We know that there's been a boost to the startup ecosystem. Angel tax has been abolished. Was that something that you welcome and was looking forward to? Yeah.
I feel that angel tax abolishment is a very useful amendment, because earlier, for example, if we have generational wealth, while transferring it, taxes are charged at a very high rate, and angel tax has been very much informational and is very useful for it.
All right, angel tax?
Well, I would most certainly like to support the decision about abolishing angel tax in this case in particular, because as we all know that venture capitalist funds and hedge funds are nowadays trying to make their expand in their footprint in the Indian landscape as well. So abolishing angel tax would most certainly help new age startup founders to help procure funding at a cheaper rate, which would in turn help support self-sufficiency and Atmanirbhar Bharat in India.
All right. Now, we also see that the budget speaks of lowering tax on gold and silver. Anyone wants to speak on that?
Ma'am, as per the budget, custom duty on gold and silver was decreased to 6 and 6.5% respectively. I think it's a good point, because Indian women are very interested in buying gold. And actually, India is one of the largest buyers of gold all around the world, because it becomes one saving that can be.
Absolutely. It's in a way asset, right? You spend on gold. So the tax on gold has been lowered. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add on to his point. I'm really happy that the tax on gold and silver has been cut, because for Indian families it is also a form of investment.
Correct.
Like it is a traditional form of investment, like land and gold. That is something. It is also extensively bought in weddings, so I'm very happy with that.
Okay, you're very happy with gold. What do you invest in gold?
Yes, my family does, and what excites me about this budget is the increase of women's employability and participation in the workforce due to provision of women's hostels and creches.
You're saying that will really motivate women to be part of the workforce?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes.
What else does of the budget really excite you about?
The budget provisions about urban employability and urban development.
All right. Any particular project that you're looking forward to, urban development? I'll come back to you on that. But yeah, what point did you want to make?
Ma'am, I wanted to add up on the, as we know, some prices of gold and silver might have been deducted, but mobile phones prices have also been deducted, but the telecom equipments have been increased. The taxes on that have been increased, which will eventually cause to increase in the telecom prices, plans, and internet and telecom are the driving forces of technology. Correct. So even though mobile phones and technology must be cheaper, might get cheaper, but still we would have to pay a lot of monthly or quarterly fees for the telecom equipments, which is not that much suitable.
Very true. All right. What did you miss in the budget, and what do you appreciate in the budget?
I appreciate the tax slab that is given, provided to the education loan students. Right. They have, abolished the interest part of the student loan. Yeah. And I think that is a good...
Yeah, 3% interest on 10 lakh loan, which is great.
Yes.
If you're taking up higher education, that is.
Yes, right.
Not otherwise. If you're taking up higher education at domestic institutions within the country. But what really was a big takeaway for me here was surely the incentives or the stipend for interns. And, crores of students will be benefited. Top 500 companies in the country will now have to take interns and will have to spend on them. And that will be part of their CSI funds, at least some of it. Do you appreciate that move?
The most striking feature of this whole budget is that the government has put much more emphasis on the internships, because as we have seen that there are many unskilled laborers and many graduates who aren't able to get the jobs. So the government actually pushing these kids to get the taste of the industry so that they are able to face the brunt of the unemployment. Yeah. So that is all I have to say.
All right. So incentives when it comes to students getting stipend?
Ma'am, as youth, I think it is very important. Incentives are very important, and up to 10% of incentives will be from the CSR funds of top 500 companies. So I think it will be quite beneficial for the students.
It will be beneficial for the students. I have someone seated right back there. Come on, jump in here.
Ma'am, I want to say that the research budget was not increased or changed. It's been the same for a few years. Sorry. So I believe that we should increase the research budget as well if we want to move towards the Atmanirbhar Bharat.
The startups this time around, they're incentivized a lot, and people are able to focus on startups instead of just getting into the job sector. So I think that is bound to, in the long run, it's bound to bring some foreign currency and improve our economy overall. So that's
one thing that I saw in this budget was there were no freebies. And I think to that effect, the government has sort of stuck to template. The Modi government is known not to dole out freebies, and they've been stern on it. Even this budget, we don't see any kind of extensive freebies. Anyone wants to comment on that? Yeah? Yeah. Go on.
I think Modi government has taken some step towards women development. They have provided funds and are continuously working towards making them feel safer, encouraging them and making them work.
Ma'am, firstly I would like to add on the women part. Yeah. So the government is really working towards it, as the government is setting hospitals for the working women, as well as the Rajasthan deputy minister is distributing free tablets and is setting up pink toilets for the women's. So making them feel more, it's all about inclusive environment that we're all focusing about, and to make women feel more safer in this environment.
That's great. Okay, to make women feel safer in this environment.
What I feel is that the changes in budget, there are huge changes, and the government is using those funds effectively and efficiently in the favor of the people. Talking about the hospital sector, or be it agriculture sector, or giving employment to more and more people, especially the interns, because it is important for interns to learn basically at the initial stage and then go on to the field.
Correct. No, but and exactly what you spoke of, I was about to get there. Skill development, there's been a push towards that area as well, because we know that unemployment rates are really high in the country today, and it appears that the reason being that a large chunk of the workforce, or at least those youths who are graduating, aren't really skillful enough for the jobs available.
Yeah, especially, and I mean, I'd like to quote one figure as well, like as we saw that the economic survey was released yesterday. It only stated that only 4.4% of our current youth employment is actually having the required skills that we need to sufficiate in the necessary working conditions required. So yeah, that is one thing where I would certainly believe that the government should be most focusing on. And the other thing that I certainly believe, even though it is a short amount of time, but I believe even though defense spending has to be increased, is being increased, but cyber security and artificial intelligence are two of the most sectors that I believe that the government should be focusing more upon. And as we all know, self-sufficiency is extremely important. What happened with CrowdStrike, it didn't really, China, for example, it didn't really have an after effect about whatever happened with CrowdStrike, but India did. So that could have been avoided, and that is something that the government should most certainly focus upon as well.
China's economy is 5 times larger than India, we believe.
Yes.
Indian population is larger than China now.
Yes, look, it most certainly is, but I believe even if we try to follow the footsteps about what all economies that are ahead of us, Japan, Germany, China, US, then we can most certainly try to follow in their footsteps and then try to develop our country as well.
Well, I think digitization is also somewhere an area that there has been particular focus on. Someone wanted to make a point. Yeah.
Ma'am, as we can see that India is moving towards modernization, so it's very much important that we teach our youth digitally also. We have seen that there are many news channels and TV channels which are being launched in order to teach the youth. For example, there are local people who live in the local areas. They don't have the access to the internet. They can only rely on the televisions. So on the television, they have launched those channels where they can study digitally. And on top of that, ma'am, budget, I would like to focus a point that is defense. We have seen that how majority of our spending goes on pensions and salaries, but our spending does not go on the modernization. We have to focus on buying new technologies, new weapons, which will help us India in the upcoming situations. As we have seen in the war, border security is equally important because we need to make sure that our borders are secure. No country or nobody can infiltrate in our country and cause harm to the property of the country.
Absolutely, well said. Yeah, you were saying?
I like to add to his point that this time the defense budget was significantly reduced. So this was the major shock for our defense industries. Secondly, 25% of defense budget goes to salaries and pensions. Then why we can't shift them to the something called EPF or PF system? May we have increased their tenure of serving in the army. So these are the points.
All right. So defense spending has been disappointing.
Yeah, actually, I would also like to put on focus on the point that this time again the government has put an initiative on the rooftop solar incentive schemes. They have put a lot of incentive schemes up to for 1 crore households, and they are supposed to give 9,000 to 18,000 per kilowatt of subsidy on each solar components, and also the custom duties have been reduced for the solar part. So that was
All right, so that's where they've touched on. A final word from you, as you wanted to make a point for a while.
Actually, I wanted to bring these attention towards the tourism sector also. The government has also taken initiative for the tourism sector, like they focuses on the Odisha's tourism sector, where they highlight their temples, their signs and their everything. Also, I want to highlight upon the opportunities and the schemes they have launched for the women. So they have launched the scheme for women, that the working ladies who work in the hostels, and they have promoted that hostels should be made, because of which the employment will be generated, and that's all I want to say.
Right. Well, thank you very much, guys. Well, from the large sense that I got here is that at least Amity University students are quite positive about the budget. They are a little disappointed about defense spending as far as I hear, but otherwise they feel the taxation is fine. They are very happy with the fact that students will be incentivized, loan support for students wanting to pursue higher education, and a stipend for those who actually get an internship with top 500 companies. 5,000 rupees stipend, 6,000 rupees one time from the government side. So this is really exciting for the student community, undoubtedly, as the budget largely focuses on uplifting the youth and providing them employment. So job creation has been a large focus, and that's why we get a big thumbs up. Yeah, there you have it.